So I want you to picture your garage right now. Or, maybe your basement, or just that one dedicated corner of your carport.
Oh, I already know where this is going.
Right. I mean, is there like an unfinished mid-century modern coffee table just sitting under a tarp somewhere?
Yep. Or a half-built shelving unit.
Exactly, gathering dust on the workbench. And it's probably sitting right next to a pile of premium, carefully purchased walnut that has basically just become, well, very expensive, slowly warping clutter.
Yeah, it's a remarkably common and oddly, deeply guarded secret for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That space becomes the graveyard of good
It
intentions.
totally does.
You walk past it every
Well,
day, and instead of feeling inspired, you just feel this tiny, subtle wave of guilt.
yes, guilt. You start out with this massive burst of energy, right?
Mhm.
You buy the wood, you clear your entire weekend, you visualize exactly how this piece is going to completely transform your living room.
Yeah.
And then,
Something can happen.
yeah, something just happens. The project stalls, the momentum evaporates. So, well, today we're going on a deep dive into exactly why that happens.
It's such an important topic.
It really is. Our mission today is to unpack the psychology of why so many DIY woodworking projects end up abandoned. And much more importantly, how to completely flip the script so you actually cross the finish line on these builds.
And we get some great source material for this,
We do. We're looking at an insightful guide on staying motivated in DIY projects, which also dives into this massive resource called Teds WoodWorking Plans.
which is fascinating in itself.
Right.
And this whole deep dive is incredibly relevant, whether you are, just figuring out which end of the chisel to hold, or if you already have a few solid pieces under your belt.
Right, because it's not about being a master craftsman right out of the gate.
Exactly. What we're going to explore today isn't about raw, exceptional talent. It's definitely not about having a commercial-grade shop outfitted with a $10,000 dust collection system.
Thank goodness for that.
Right. It fundamentally comes down to choosing the right projects and how you build confidence.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because before we can talk about the mechanics of building successfully, we kind of have to understand the mechanics of why we quit.
We do.
Like, if the excitement is there on Saturday morning, where does that momentum go by Saturday afternoon? Why do we just throw down the hammer and walk away?
Well, according to the source material, the culprits are usually pretty consistent. People choose projects that are just way too advanced. They miss key measurements, they underestimate the time, and they get overwhelmed by complicated plans.
Oh, yeah. The classic beginner mistake. You see this gorgeous, ambitious piece of furniture on Instagram or something, and you just dive right in.
Without realizing the hidden techniques required to actually pull it off. Frustration just gradually replaces the excitement.
I mean, it's like trying to run a marathon just because you bought really nice running shoes.
That is a perfect analogy.
You completely skip the training. It makes me wonder, are we just aiming for the completely wrong standard right out of the gate?
What's fascinating here is that quitting isn't actually a lack of ability. It's a planning problem driven by completely unrealistic perfectionism.
Unrealistic perfectionism. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, even the pros make mistakes, right? But beginners, they expect professional quality results on day one.
I know for me, if I'm cutting like a dovetail joint and there is even a millimeter of a gap when I tap it together, I literally want to throw the whole piece in the fire pit.
Exactly. And that's the trap, obsessing over small gaps or an uneven finish. The internal dialogue is all wrong.
So what should the dialogue be?
You have to shift it from, is this perfect, to, what did I learn?
Oh, wow. What did I learn?
Right. Because if perfectionism and overwhelm are the enemies of momentum, then the antidote is shrinking the challenge to manufacture small wins.
So making the project smaller.
Yes. And the source recommends these great small success starter projects. Things like wooden shelves, storage crates, plant stands, tool organizers.
Oh, like picture frames, simple benches, birdhouses, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Because each completed build acts as physical proof of improvement. It keeps that momentum going.
That makes a lot of sense. And the source also advises breaking large projects into stages, right?
It does, yeah.
Like, okay, stage 1, gather materials. Stage 2, prepare the workspace. Then you cut the timber, assemble the frame, sand it, apply the finish, and do the final assembly.
It's all about making it manageable.
Yeah, it's a mindset shift. Instead of agonizing over an entire weekend trying to finish the whole thing, you just aim to complete one stage well. Just one.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is really about skill acquisition. Trying to master everything at once just leads to massive cognitive overload.
It's like having way too many tabs open in your brain.
Exactly. That's why the source highlights this skill stacking roadmap.
Skill stacking. How does that work in practice?
Well, Project 1 is just about accurate measuring. That's your only goal. Then Project 2 focuses on straight cuts. Project 3 is for sanding. Project 4 introduces finishing and staining.
Oh, I see. So you're isolating the variables.
Precisely. Small improvements accumulate super rapidly when you isolate them like that.
Okay, so you have the right mindset and you have these manageable steps, but momentum also relies heavily on external factors, right? Like where you work and the instructions you follow.
The physical environment is huge. Absolutely huge.
But the good news is you don't need a massive professional workshop. The guide makes it clear that successful builders start in spare rooms, garden sheds, carports.
Even basements?
Yeah, basements. The secret isn't the space itself, it's just simple, tidy habits.
Putting tools back when you're done.
Exactly. Writing down your measurements, labeling the timber pieces, sweeping the sawdust. Oh, and storing screws neatly. I am so guilty of just having a coffee can full of random screws.
We all are. But this raises an important question, though.
Okay, what's that?
How much does unclear guidance actually contribute to a messy physical workspace and a frustrated mindset?
Oh, that is such a good point. If you don't know what you're doing, you pull out every tool you own just trying to figure it out.
Exactly. Your workspace becomes a reflection of your mental confusion.
Which brings us to the danger of free online tutorials.
Right.
I mean, I love a good free video as much as anyone, but they often skip crucial steps or they use all this jargon, leaving you completely guessing.
It's so frustrating.
You're standing there like, wait, which cut comes first? What size timber is that? How much material do I even need? Which screws am I supposed to use here?
They leave out so much essential data.
It's like a terrible family recipe, where the author just says, oh, just add some flour, without telling you how much.
Yes.
It pretty much guarantees a disaster because you're missing the key measurements.
And that guesswork just drains your motivation.
Yeah.
So to fix the missing directions problem and remove all that guesswork, the source highlights a very specific structural solution.
A clear roadmap.
Exactly. A roadmap that provides, actual clarity.
And this is where they introduce Teds WoodWorking Plans.
Yeah.
Rather than just like a handful of random ideas, it's this massive digital library of 16,000 plans.
16,000. It's wild.
It ranges from beginner builds all the way to advanced furniture, outdoor structures, home decor, storage solutions, you name it.
And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, well, lay it on me.
These plans come with step-by-step blueprints, clear illustrations, exact material lists, cutting details, and tool recommendations. And they are specifically designed for people without expensive equipment.
Wow, so it literally removes all the uncertainty.
It really does. It lets you focus entirely on the building process rather than frantically searching the internet for answers midway through a cut.
Because there's nothing worse than having glue drying while you're trying to scroll through a YouTube video to figure out what to do next.
Oh, that is the worst feeling.
So having this structured collection allows your skills to grow naturally over time.
Exactly. And the source also pulls out this great strategy for long-term motivation using a resource like this.
What's the strategy?
Keeping an active wish list.
Ah, wish list.
Yeah. By always having the next project in mind, like maybe a coffee table, and then garden planter boxes, and then some floating shelves, or even a doghouse, you maintain a continuous loop of inspiration.
So you always have something exciting to work towards. You finish one thing, you get that dopamine hit, and you already know what's next.
You never hit that dead end where you just stop going into the garage.
So what does this all mean?
Well, I think it means rethinking our approach entirely.
Right. It means realizing that the most rewarding woodworking project isn't the biggest one. It's not the most expensive one. It's the one you actually finish.
The one you finish. Yeah.
It means remembering why you started in the first place, Woodworking is about problem solving. It's about relaxing away from screens.
Which we all desperately need.
So true. It's about creating personal gifts and just feeling that deep pride of building something useful with your own hands. And consistent progress really just comes from preparation, patience, and practice.
Absolutely. And, there's one final thought I want to leave the listener with, drawing on what you just said about relaxing away from screens.
Okay, let's hear it.
We talked a lot about focusing on progress over perfection in the workshop, right?
Yeah.
Well, if working with your hands and following a clear, step-by-step analog plan provides such a powerful escape from our overwhelmed screen-filled lives, how might applying this exact same break it down and celebrate the micro milestones mindset. Transform the other non-physical projects you are currently putting off in your life.
Oh, wow. Wait, like applying woodworking logic to everything else.
Exactly. Whether it's writing a book or organizing your finances or finally starting that business, if you break it down, get a clear plan, and just focus on the next small cut, it changes everything.
That is such a fascinating way to look at it. So next time you look at that dusty truck in the garage, remember, you just need a better plan. Break it down and go make some sawdust.